Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Talks with Todd.
Yes, yes. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, before we get into the topic, I just want to say a couple things, man. First off, thank you for all the love and support. You know, everybody jumping in the comments, people sharing my content. I appreciate all of it. And listen, at some point, I do know that this page, this platform, is gonna be major. And I'm not gonna jump Hollywood on y'all because I remember where I started and where I'm at right now. And I'm not one of those people that forget where I came from and nothing like that because it won't sit well with me, you know. So I just wanted to say that I appreciate everybody, man, because due to my hard work and my supporters, I know this platform is gonna be something, okay. And I'm not here for attention. I'm here to change lives. That's it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear nobody else sharing these bullshit, messed up stories, okay? I want people to make better choices. So, listen, again, I appreciate everybody. I'm going to keep coming with more content. And as we come to a close with Talks with Todd, because this season one is about to end pretty soon, I just wanted to say to y'all that don't worry. It's about to be more stuff coming, all right? So I appreciate y'all been tapping in with me, even for those of you that's been tapping in with me every Thursday morning on the Rise and Grind Morning Show. Shout out to my podcastic family. I appreciate y'all and I love y'all, man. And we about to get this going, all right? So a lot of my content, y'all, we gonna get to it. A lot of my content has been more so about my downfalls. You know, it's a sprinkle of good in there somewhere, but it ain't never really nothing just straight up good. And today, I want to share with y'all on episode 8, the good out of all the stuff that I've been through. The main thing that I was able to conquer, and that was being faithful. And let me tell y'all about it. It took a while for me to understand that being faithful was just more than just keeping my peace in my pants. I didn't know that cheating could be a mental thing as well. I had to learn that, right? And before I got to a point where I was deciding to, to even keep my peace in my pants, before I even got to a point where I was even going to be faithful, I had to get to a point where I was going to keep my peace in my pants. And I'm going to tell you the story about how that came about. So as y'all already know, I've cheated in the past, right? And in my last marriage, when we was about to end, my cheating had slowed down a little bit. But when the cheating was slowing down, and that was mainly because my side pieces was kind of falling off, their sales are just not being available enough. So as that was happening, somebody decided to inbox my ex, right? Somebody that I clearly worked with, but they did it from a fake page or something. And they inboxed her basically telling her about how I am at work, how I'm flirtatious, how I'm touchy-feely at work with the ladies. But nowhere in there did they say one word about me being unfaithful. And you know why they didn't do that? I'm surprised they didn't lie about it, but I'm glad they didn't, because whoever it was clearly was watching me more than enough to know that I'm not messing with nobody at the job outside of work. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I was always the type of person that was very strategic. I knew good and damn well that a woman was going to be upset with me whether I did something consciously or unconsciously. So I said, you know what? I'm not going to be one of them guys that's getting walked up out of here over no action. I'm not about to be one of them. Okay? And I know with my luck, it would have happened with me. I've seen it happen with other people, but I just wasn't trying to be one of them people. I would have felt like the dude that got held back in high school and had to repeat another year, just weird. So I ended up talking to my ex about the DM she received, right? And she basically was just trying to say, this is messed up that I'm getting a message from somebody like this. This is so embarrassing. And I'm like, how is this embarrassing? You know how I am. Obviously she didn't know nothing about me cheating until I told her, but if you know I'm naturally flirtatious and handsy with the ladies, as far as giving them hugs, grabbing ass, whatever, if you know that, why are you so upset? Or are you upset because somebody brought it to your attention? So anyway, I'm telling y'all all of this because that's what led me to the point where I was like, you know what? I'm about to keep my peace in my pants, and I'm about to stop running my mouth to these women. Because clearly, me flirting and having fun is somebody else's big deal. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm telling my wife this, and like I said last episode, she was my friend at the time for a moment. And I'm telling her, like, yeah, I'm about to keep my peace in my pants because, if my mouth getting me in trouble, I already know what this fool is capable or incapable of. So, yeah, I'm about to chill. I'm about to keep to myself. To this day, she don't believe I was going to be disciplined enough to do that. But believe it or not, that was enough discipline for me to keep to myself. And I probably needed to do that. It was probably time for a change. And I started making that change. But then, going into my relationship with my wife, I learned a hard lesson into what's cheating, what's considered to be cheating and what's not. And one day, I had this thing where I would always say, hey, if I'm not sticking my piece up in them, then it don't matter what I'm talking to them about. That was my ideology. So my wife, or actually she was my girlfriend at the time, so I say my girlfriend, she had pissed me off. And my go-to was to another woman. I would text another woman. I would call another woman and talk to them and make them feel good. And, in turn, that would make me feel better knowing that, yeah, I can hit that anytime I want to, but I ain't got to. It just, I don't know, it was some weird satisfaction I got out of that. So one day, obviously, she went through my phone, as most women do, and saw it, didn't take too kindly of it. And at first, my problem was, you invading my privacy. You shouldn't be going through my phone. If you don't trust me, you shouldn't be with me. However, she went through it, and we had that back and forth. But then she was like, this is, just so you know, this is a form of cheating. And I'm like, how? I'm not sleeping with him, so it's not cheating. So once she explained it to me, like the mental breakdown of everything, like, yeah, you having a woman in your grasp at your disposal like that, that's, you basically got the cheat code to another woman, so therefore you're cheating. And I was like, yo, that sounds like a bunch of bullshit, because you got to remember, y'all, I missed the loophole through everything. So I'm like, nah, I'm not buying that, because I can have a female friend, talk shit to him, and we can still be friends, But then I had to think about it, like, you know what? I had to put myself in her shoes. If she had other dudes at her disposal like that, how would I feel about it? So once I was able to do that, I slowly but surely realized, okay, maybe it is cheating to an extent. Cheating to Jace, if you will. So I started moving different, I even had to back off from a few of my female friends because they were so used to me being how I was. And they wasn't really taking kindly to the new me or me changing, me trying to evolve. So a lot of them got left on the back burner because we couldn't have a relationship that we used to have. I wanted to be respectful in this marriage for a change. So I said, you know what, I can't keep, if I want different results, I gotta be different. I can't be flirting just because I'm mad and then acting like that's my scapegoat. Like, no, I can't keep doing that. I got to do things right. So that was what kind of made me start moving in a different direction as far as not, verbally or physically messing with anybody, right? So a lot of people believe that cheating is easy, because it is on a good day. It really is. Don't nobody deserve no cool points or anything like that for being faithful on a good day. That ain't shit. No, try being faithful when you don't even know when you want to be with the person that you with. And then somebody that look like something and they talking like something trying to hit on you at that same time. See, some of y'all don't know nothing about that. Some of y'all living in la la land, man. Y'all acting like this is all so smooth and easy. No, it's not. No, it's not. Because for one, when you go from being a cheater to being faithful, you have to get used to certain things, right? Which is one, satisfying just one woman. So there was that. Then it was just flirting and talking to one woman for a while. I didn't do it all the time, but it was a moment where it was just me and her. You know what I'm saying? I had to like get acclimated to being a one woman man for real. And the hardest part, honestly, was not being faithful on a good day. It was being faithful on a bad day. Like that bad day that I had where I'm like, yo, we about to probably be over with anyway. That was the hardest part, because right when that happened, I was doing some contractor work at the time. A young lady looked beautiful, nice body, all of that. That's cool. That doesn't do nothing for me though. You know what I'm saying? Because I've had women with nice bodies before. I've had women that looked beautiful before. That's nothing. That's not what got me that's not what got me. The eye candy is nothing. It's when she started talking to me. It's when she tried to shoot her shot at me, was when it was like, oh shit. Let me tell you why. See, when she started trying to shoot her shot at me, it was really how she was doing it and the way she was doing it, because she reminded me of me coming at other women. You know what I'm saying? She was like the female version of me. Real smooth, knew how to be funny, and also knew how to back off when it was time to back off. And just let the rest happen on its own. And it was just shocking to see a woman be like that. Verbally, I always felt like no woman was on my level. No woman. I could talk shit with the best of them, and nobody could hang with me. This was probably one of those women that could hang with me. Now keep in mind, I'm on the job. So she's talking to me, trying to shoot her shot. I'm letting her know that, hey, I'm married. You know, so you gotta relax, right? She's like, oh, okay, I hear you on that. That's cool. But she still was like going. But she wasn't. I got to give her points because she wasn't being aggressive. It wasn't no aggressiveness. It was all just smooth. And she like, the way she did everything, it was almost like it was planned out. It was going so smooth. Like, had I been weak-minded, I would have failed. I would have fell victim to whatever she was pulling. Whatever witchcraft that was, I would have fell victim had I been weak-minded. So in my mind, while all of this is happening, right, while she talking good shit and everything, I'm like, yo, I know what this is. This ain't nothing but the devil. This ain't nothing but the devil, bro. So I'm not about to fall. This is too easy. I know all I got to do is bite this bait, and we gonna end up in some hotel room or something. This is too easy. I've done this before. This is nothing. So my go-to move normally when the woman won't back up off of me is pulling up a picture of my wife somehow. Now, my wife is on one of my screensavers or whatever, so when I pulled her up, she like, oh, that's your wife? Oh, she is beautiful. Like, really, she's gorgeous. Y'all actually make a cute couple. Blah, 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 blah. Just kept going with the compliments and all this other shit. I'm just like, yo, who is this woman? Which part of hell did you come from? The part that I was supposed to go to? No, I didn't know what was going on, bro. But you know, most of the time, I don't know if some of you been hit on before to where if they even see what your dude or your woman look like, the hate begins. I'm used to that. I wasn't used to that. I wasn't used to somebody giving a compliment and then proceeding to try to hit on me and have confidence along with it. Like telling me my wife is beautiful, but you know I'm beautiful too, right? I was like, yo, I couldn't wait for this job to be over with because I'm like, yo, I didn't want to get angry, but at the same time, I didn't want to bite the bait. So I was really confused and tongue-tied, which is odd for me, you know? So once the job was over with, you know, that lady went her way, I went mine. I was just saying to myself, wow, this is what my wife was talking about a long time ago, talking about how it's power in words and all of this stuff, because I'm not thinking that flirting is really doing anything for anybody else or doing anything to them. At that moment, I realized what my wife was saying was all facts. Now, again, between that conversation and this woman hitting on me while we was into it with each other, it was a nice gap in between those times. But that was when I really saw what my wife was talking about, because I'm like, damn, I had a woman hitting on me like how I hit on other women. So I'm like, yo, that's some powerful shit. You know, that doesn't happen often. And had I been weak-minded, I would have fell for the bait. So I was like, yo, yeah, you know what? I'm definitely about to watch what I say to women now. So once I was able to shoot down this beautiful woman who would be considered, which most would consider to be a bad bitch, once I was able to curve her, I was like, oh, now I got some power. Now I know what it's like to shoot down somebody that's not only beautiful, because that's not the first time that's happened, but this is the first time I shot down somebody that looked like something and was talking like something. Most women don't have that combination, to be honest. And I understand how it happens, because some women don't have to have that conversation aspect, because they're used to looking like something. They're used to a man hitting on them. Most women, believe it or not, don't even know how to flirt because they don't have to. This woman knew what she wanted and was being persistent and consistent with me. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell y'all something. Physically, I am not a woman's first, second, third, or fourth pick. Okay? Don't get me wrong. I know I'm a decent looking guy, but I know I'm not number one on no woman's list as far as, oh, I want to go after him. Whatever it was about me this particular day, it was almost like this woman smelled problems in my marriage and was ready to capitalize on that in any way possible. You know, now I'm not going to sit up here and say that maybe I'm not going to say that she didn't find me handsome, because what most women probably dislike, others may like, but it's a small percentage. And that's cool. But this woman knew exactly what she wanted and wasn't stopping until I took the bait. And I didn't. And once I got to that point, ladies and gentlemen, that's when I knew, oh yeah, it's power behind keeping your dick in your pants. It really is. Now, that's when I really took a turn and realized how dangerous I was, because now, if I could shoot down somebody that was coming at me like how I would come at women, it's over. It's almost like I feel invincible mentally. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody can get to me like that. Nobody will ever be able to get that close to me, now that I know how strong the devil will work on you, or will work against you when you in turmoil with your significant other. When I realized that, I was just like, yo, that's different, and it's deep. But on the flip side, how do I know that wasn't God testing me? How do I know? That could have been God's test. That could have been one of God's tests. Him and the devil could have been testing me at the same time. Who knows? The devil like, yeah, go ahead and go back to your old ways, nigga. God like, let's see what you gonna do with this one, Mr. Faithful. Let's see how faithful you really gonna be. Huh? You know, and I felt like I was being tested in that moment on both ends. And when I passed that test, I felt like I was untouchable. I've been feeling untouchable since then. I believe I'm untouchable now. Because some men, unfortunately, don't know what it's like to shoot down a beautiful woman. So when you shoot down one, you shoot down another one, you shoot down another one, and then you get the one that's talking like something, trying to get in your head, trying to pick your brain, but on top of that, acting like she already know you. Deadly combination. I'm telling y'all, had I been weak, I wouldn't be sitting here with y'all today. Being dead ass serious with y'all. So yeah, man, once I got to that point, that's when I knew it was a large amount of power with me doing that. Large amount of power and responsibility came with me doing that, especially at that particular time. Like, to this day, I can't even tell y'all what happened between me and my wife for that to happen. It's like we always get into it about stupid shit when we realize we don't even remember what we got into it about. But whatever it was that particular day, that woman smelt that shit on me and was trying to get me. She was trying her hardest. And like I said, had I been weak-minded, she would have got me. If it wasn't for me living the life that I had already lived in the past, being a cheater, being the dude on the side, you know, me being a playboy, like just messing around with a bunch of chicks in general, I would have never had the strength to just be like, yo, I'm good, I'm married, I'm happy, and I'm faithful. Yo, relax. It felt good. It's been feeling good ever since I've done that. And ever since then, like I said, I've been feeling so powerful because I had a conversation with my wife one day, and I asked her, I was like, baby, do you ever think I would cheat on you? She said, I don't think you're dumb enough to physically do anything, but mentally, yes. I could see that happening. And when she said that, I understood where she was coming from, given that we have so many differences. But at the same time, we have a lot of common as well, you know. So I understand her. I understood her to an extent, but at the same time, if I'm able to cheat mentally, but at this point, it's worse than me cheating physically, because anybody can have somebody's body. Not everybody can have somebody's mind. And I learned that from an OG of mine. One of my OGs told me, hey, anybody, any dude, any fool can have a woman's body. When you get her mind, you can get anything you want. When I learned that, it stuck with me. It stuck with me. So I understand that getting a part of somebody's mind is very powerful. And it can be used against you as well. So I actually pride myself on not letting anybody get too close, you know? I do have close female friends, and there is some distance there for a reason. I have some discipline now, and I have boundaries that I'm not trying to cross. So I have to disagree with my wife to an extent about me me mentally, you know, cheating with somebody else, because I have boundaries now. I don't even want it to get to that point. I don't even want to think about somebody else in that light. So I'm gonna do what I have to do on my end to make sure that doesn't happen. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's pretty much it, man. You know, I want to touch bases with y'all about the positive that's come from me throughout all this mess I've been doing. You know, something good has been happening throughout all this bad shit that I've been doing. So I appreciate y'all tapping in, man. And you know, that's pretty much it as far as my role to being faithful. Like, it has not been hard, but the hardest time did come about at one of the hardest moments of my life with my wife. And since then, I haven't looked back. I don't even think that I have it in me to be a cheater again, whether it's mentally or physically. You know, I'm pretty sure the devil not done testing me. I'm pretty sure that God is not done testing me. But for the most part, I'm standing firm on where I'm at. So, good luck. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining in for episode 8. I'll see y'all next week. Remember that, indeed.